2 weeks between matches. What have you been doing in the intervening period? How have you been keeping it lively, keeping it fresh?
Personally, or
I was thinking of the team.
Oh, right, yeah, right. So, no, from the team's point of view, we found out on the Wednesday, obviously, that the game was going to be called off. So we trained them hard on the Thursday, and then the weather hit on the Friday. So we managed to go to a local gym, which was brilliant for us, something completely different. And yeah, we had a really good session there on the Friday, and then we saw it as a good opportunity to give them the weekend off, which is very rare that you get that. So for time to them to go and spend some time with their families and go and do something, obviously that is probably not football related for the weekend, because obviously we've got this busy Christmas period coming soon, and we thought we'd take that opportunity to do that.
The problem with gyms is they have music in them, of course, but has it come at a good time or a bad time, given the run that you've been on and all the rest of it? But it's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, we would have loved to have played the game, like the form that we were in. As it so happens, there was one or two that phoned in ill on the Friday, so we would have been out without a couple, which would have been, a big test for us with those missing. So fortunately, they're back in on Monday, and we were pleased that in that sense it was called off.
You mentioned a busy period. I think it's 9 games in 35 days, something like that. I mean, that's quite a hectic schedule. You've got some players back, but you're going to need everybody.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some players back. Not to sound Groundhog Bill Murray, but we have not got the biggest of squads. So we will be stretched. We know that over that period, but it's most important that we train properly and we recover properly. And the facilities here are changing at the Pirelli, so that's really positive news, and we're thankful to the owners for that, recognising that. So that will be opening shortly for us. And then obviously we'll maximise our relationship with St George's Park in terms of recovery as well. So we as the staff and the club and the players are doing as much as we possibly can to make sure that we're in the best condition going into that busy period, like you say, starting on Saturday.
With Leyton Orient, who are a strange old team this season, because they've scored the joint most number of goals, but they've also conceded the most number of goals. I think it won't be 0-0 presumably, but does that make them a difficult team to prepare for?
No, I don't think so. I think what they are is a team that's one game away from Wembley, from the Championship, last season, and I thought their manager's done a wonderful job there last season, and I was surprised myself personally that he didn't go higher. I thought he would have had offers to go back there to go into the Championship, but I think Leyton Orient have fought hard to keep him, and then obviously they're going in through a transition in terms of what they went through in the summer, and I heard him recently talking about it takes time, and I totally agree with him with the number of changes that it takes. So it doesn't surprise me with the players that they've got that they've scored the most goals, and we know, again, that we're going to the game as an underdog, and we're going to have to be as well as what we have been in the last couple of weeks in terms of our organisation, but at the same time going and taking the game to them as well.
Because of the number of games that you've got coming up in a short space of time, you've got another one on Tuesday as well. Yeah. So I mean, it's straight back at it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there is an element of it that it's great that you go Saturday, Tuesday, but we can't be looking too far ahead into Tuesday until Saturday's over, and like I say, we know it's going to be a tough challenge for us on Saturday, but the players are going into it full of confidence. Off the back of an impressive home win here last time against Blackpool.
The memories of that will be fresh, of course, and that's important, isn't it? When you run out on your home ground, you've got memories of a good win.
Yeah, definitely, and the manner of it as well. We had to show both sides of us in the sense of we scored another wonderful goal. If you look at it, we go from our goalkeeper, and it ends up in the back of their net without a Blackpool player touching it, and we play through their lines and we break the lines, and it's a wonderful crossing, and it's a great finish from an old-fashioned centre-forward type goal. And then, you know, we had to throw our body in front of the ball and block shots as we do, and we run ever so hard. You know, the lads run ever so hard, and then when called upon, the goalkeeper makes a wonderful save at the death. And so we've seen areas that we need to improve on in our game, and we've been working on it over the last 2 weeks, and then hopefully we can see that on Saturday.
We'll bring out the Charlie Webster question now.
Yeah.
I thought I'd wait till now.
Yeah.
How is Charlie?
Charlie, spirits-wise, is good. Like I say, he was probably the only player with a smile on his face last weekend when the game was called off, because it's one less that he would miss, and then we're going to give him as long as possible for the weekend.
Was it an impact injury?
Yeah. It was as someone of my age and your age would say, it was a full-blooded tackle back in the day. If it was VAR now, I think the lad would have been in trouble. But you know, it is what it is, and we now just, you know, got to make sure that he's right.
What's the rest of the squad looking like?
Yeah, we've got a few come back. So Terence, Jasper, like you saw, and then Findelat's making good progress.
A couple, Jason Schraher, who we haven't spoken about recently.
Jason's been out for a while now, but just had a meeting there, and there's potential for him to be going in the right direction and hopefully being back out on the grass soon.
James Jones, I mean, he's had a terrible time since arriving, hasn't he? What's his situation?
So, obviously he had a situation with his foot, and then during the summer, on his rehab, he developed something with his knee, and so we're not rushing him at any stage of that now, and he's just got to go step by step. Really, it is that simple for him. I love him to bits. He's a wonderful person, and he's working ever so hard. A little bit frustrating for him at times, but we're all there to help him and support him. And you know, again, spoken with him today. He's working, you know, so hard to try and get back, and we're not going to put any pressure on him and put a timeline on it.
I think last season you said that you were using him, you know, do a bit of scouting and this kind of thing. Is he still doing a bit of that, or is he concentrating on himself?
No, he's been and watched the game, but I love his input and his knowledge on the game, and he contributes in here with the meetings as well. And you know, the lads look up to him because he's a senior pro, and he's had a lot of good experience at this level. So it's important that we tap into that.